Sergent Des Vasquez bounded over the cracked asphalt and charred rubble of the street and into the adjacent building. He and his recovery team found themselves in a foyer of a luxury apartment building with crystal chandeliers and marble and gold trim throughout. Yet, Des did not pause to admire the grandeur of Khotan's past, for there was no time for respite. His ocular HUD showed a countdown, 4 minutes remaining. So Des led his team across the foyer, weapon raised, and into a stairwell at the rear. There they climbed, constantly vigilant for pursuit from below and perception from above. They moved with purpose, speed being the order of the day, and soon they reached the 14th floor and exited out onto an elevator rooftop courtyard. 2 minutes. It was back in the sunlight that the true extent of the damage of the building was apparent. The top half of the once decadent apartment complex was missing, sheared off decades earlier by one of the Planet Buster bombs that had annihilated Khotan's capital city of Thrawn. Rubble and detritus were strewn everywhere, with the blackened, soot-slanted walls telling tale of the fiery destruction of years past. Yet it was the view from this height that revealed that utter devastation that had befallen the once great city. For the building upon which Des and his team found themselves was part of a small section of remnant cityscape that was now perched atop an island of broken concrete and twisted metal, hovering some 1,500 feet above the ground. 1 minute. Des motioned with his hands, and the team took up defensive positions around the courtyard. Then he pressed his left ring finger against his palm and activated his HUD specialist gravimetric readout. Within moments, the virtual overlay atop his vision transformed to reveal a myriad circular patterns and waves dotted with pulsing symbols and warnings. In this view, the chaotic gravitational anomalies of the Malestrom, invisible to the naked eye, were evident in all their frenzied anarchy. Yet, despite the chaos, after 40 years, some paths through the Malestrom had been mapped and charted. If timed right, a person could use the ever-changing gravitational anomalies and nodes to traverse through the Malestrom as if flying. One path was officially titled B7 Inversion, but for Des and the other members of the Republic's resistance forces, it was colloquially referred to as the 7th Street Flip. As the countdown in Des's vision approached 30 seconds, a laser pistol blast suddenly struck the pockmarked tiled surface of the courtyard before him, some 250 feet away. Above them, in the sky, on a floating, rotating remnant of a long-destroyed building, was a hegemony kill squad. They were under attack. The team responded immediately. Suppressive fire rang out, with concussive charges and slug blaster volleys filling the air between the combatants. An array of projectiles arced through the air between the groups, seemingly on target to strike at each other. Yet, emergent gravity nodes warped and deflected the path of the blast and projectiles, rendering them ineffective. Yet the team's response to their attackers did provide some benefit. Delay. For as the sergeant and his team returned fire, the countdown on Des's HUD finally reached 0. "Time to flip," he yelled as his gravimetric display was filled with a myriad of alarms and warnings, and then Des and his team began to fall up into the sky above them. Localized gravity inverted and the team fell from the courtyard and into the air, accelerating for moments before arcing back slightly and cruising to the left around the second gravity anomaly. So began their frantic, energetic journey along the B7 inversion path. Des oriented his body towards the path illuminated in his HUD as small micro-maneuvering jets in his combat armor deployed. Higher and higher the team fell into the sky, arcing around a myriad of gravity nodes before finding themselves on a trajectory away from the floating island and into the heart of the Malestrom. As they cruised through the air, more laser pistol blasts whizzed past them, the hegemony forces now in pursuit of the quarry. Des flicked his fingers, and 2 of his team tethered themselves to their brothers and reoriented themselves to face the ground below them and return fire. This time, their slug blaster shots struck 2 of the enemy, creating satisfying puffs of bloody splatter. The lifeless bodies tumbled out of control, falling into one of the larger anomalies to be crushed by pseudo-gravity into a crimson mush. Yet the remaining pursuers did not relent, and Des knew that within seconds, the Hegemony Kill Squad would be close enough to engage in hand-to-hand combat. With the Hegemony Kill Squads renowned through the Diaspora for their martial combat capabilities, Des hoped to avoid the convergence of their forces. As both groups continued to arc and swoop around unseen gravitational anomalies within the floating debris field, a proximity alarm blared on his HUD. They were not alone. "Brace!" Des yelled through his comm system. A black angular starship, no more than 200 feet in length, suddenly materialized before them. The immediacy of the appearance of the Free Flagger blockade runner in the low atmosphere of the moon sent out concussive blasts in the atmosphere like a thunderclap. While the Republican forces maintained their course, the suddenness of the ship's emergence caused the startled Hegemony formation to shatter and careen off course. The threat had been neutralized. Des returned his attention back to his HUD and noted the path beginning to arc back down towards the ground on a ballistic trajectory. They were exiting the Malestrom. As the team passed by the starship at the effigy of their flight, a small set of parcels were jettisoned from the ship's belly-mounted ICD bay, and then, as soon as the ship had arrived, it departed. The drop had been perfect, and Des and the team were able to easily grab a hold of the netting-covered packages as the soldiers began their rapid descent towards the surface. As they cruised towards the ground and to their extraction point, their personal anti-gravity fields activated, bringing them in for a soft landing. Within moments of landing, a second ship, this one a small atmospheric transport, appeared on the horizon and rapidly closed in. It was only when they were all on board, packages in hand and en route to Joint Command headquarters, did Des finally allow a smile to cross his face. They had them. The devices. They would finally take the fight to the Hegemony.